Peace, family. Peace, peace. We should be live right now. We'll wait till I see a few people in the chat room, Professor Griff.
Oh, okay.
Then we
No
gonna,
problem, good brother.
yeah, I just want to make sure. What's up, family? K Nicole X P Nap. Let me know if my audio's good. As usual, I just want to make sure I'm good so I can get started. The Black Woman's Guide to the Galaxy. What's up? Wow, these are some interesting names, Professor Griff.
Right. Black people be picking them, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they said, yeah, everybody's cool. They can hear the sound. All right, let me just play some advertisements from these brothers and sisters who have some great businesses. Like I said, these are things you won't see in the mainstream media, but products that have helped me as well as many others within the conscious community. So make sure you check out some of these brothers and sisters. All right, family. All right. Professor, you there? Professor Griff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm ready to get started, family. I'm here with Professor Griff, the living legend. We're going live this week. We're going live. Haven't been on with Professor Griff in a couple of weeks. Y'all know I'm extremely busy. Got the pregnant queen, and I've been running around pretty much everywhere. So me and Griff get together when we could get together. When we do, it's always a pleasure. Happy to have the brother here. I know y'all was just down in what was that? Baltimore? You Red Pill and Blue Pill?
No. Last weekend we was in Norfolk at the House of Consciousness.
Okay.
Me, Red Pill, and Blue Pill. We did 2 days there, and then we did 2 days in the DMV area. We was in Baltimore with Jabari, and then we went over to Everlasting Life at Capitol Heights, Maryland, at with our good brother over there, Baruch, Dr. Baruch. Both places very successful, very warm greeting from the people, and they received the information well. We're going to start doing this live stream because a lot of people around the country, they just missing out, man, because the people that was once in place to bring us to the certain cities or to bring lectures to certain cities and certain places, either the place closed or the people are just not doing it, and no one's stepping up in that spot anymore.
Right.
So the Dallas and the Houston and the Oklahoma City and the Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, and Oakland, California, all these places are suffering because nobody want to step up to the plate and make the sacrifice to have us come through. So I'm looking real strong into this live streaming thing, man.
Indeed. Okay, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. I definitely look forward to talking to you this week, man. I seen this revolutionary brother talking. His name is Julius Malema. Am I pronouncing his name right?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah.
Right. I heard him.
Malema.
Yeah,
Malema.
Malema. Yeah, and I heard him
Right.
speaking. I said, "Damn, what the hell did Trump do now?" And I went to Twitter and I looked at one of Trump's tweets, and it said, I have asked Secretary of State to closely study the South Africa land and farm seizures and expropriations and the large-scale killing of farmers. South African government is now seizing land from white farmers. So I said, damn, everything Trump got going on, and he's talking about the white farmers in South Africa. So I said, oh man. So I went back and I heard the whole speech the brother did, and wow, man, it was amazing, man. It was, I mean, the brother, real revolutionary spirit. So I was looking into the whole situation in South Africa, let the land redistribution and everything, and the U.S. Africa policy, and 72% of the farms and agriculture holdings is owned by whites, who only make up 8.2% of the population. I said, damn, that's one hell of a number, Professor Griff. You own 72% of the farms and you only make up 8% of the population?
Right.
I said, wow, man. I said, so, I'm thinking about what Trump said. I'm thinking about everything we see going on now. This, this fear of genetic annihilation, this fear of becoming a minority, the fear of the browning of America. A lot of fear going on around this place we call planet Earth, Professor Griff. It seems like things is changing and somebody's not happy. So I said, I got to talk to Professor Griff. The brother had a real revolutionary spirit. And I just like the way the brother was talking. I haven't heard somebody talk like that in a while. And then, these white conspiracy theorists, they go around saying, there's white genocide going on over there in South Africa. So the brother was saying, there's black genocide going on in America right now. There's black genocide going on over here. So I'm like, wow, man. I mean, the brother, he was, I think he's like 36 years old or something like that. But he's the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters. And that's a South African political party. So, yeah, man, shout out to that brother. Y'all should go look him up. Look up the speech, Julius Malema. So let's get on with the show, Professor Griff. With all that being said, Griff, talk to me about everything going on, everything Trump got going on, man. This dude got porn star drama. He got Omarosa drama. He got FBI drama, and he still finds the time to talk about the white farmers in South Africa because that's on his mind, Professor Griff. Talk to me, brother.
Well, Brother Rich, it is safe to say if we can start off with the whole idea of America, policing the globe. Policing the globe from this place shows and proves to people that are listening to my voice right now, and it shows and proves to the anti-conspiracy theorist people that what we've been saying about America this whole time is absolutely true. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says when they went out circumnavigating the globe, in every place they went, they found that the people were there that were darker than them. And this constituted an idea in their minds, which forced them to create a system called racism, white supremacy. So for the people that say we should stop talking about it, whatever, I beg to differ with you. What this brother is saying today, right now, in August 2018, is exactly what Dr. Francis Cress Welsing has been saying all this time. These people went out and conquered and raped and robbed and took the natural resources of everyone dark-skinned on the planet, and they still there. Now that the Brother Riches and the Professor Griffs and the Black Dots, the Bobby Hemmitts and the Oshawa Quaseys and the Francis Cress Welsing and the Amos Wilson, all the freedom fighters that have took to the front lines to get this information out to our people. All right. Now that our people are waking up slowly but surely all around the globe. We understand that land is the basics to economic freedom, and we're taking the land back. We see the gentrification that's going on in America, and people around the globe are like, nope, we're not letting that happen to us. These thieves from the Dutch, Netherlands, and England and France and other places have gotten together, and Germany, and gotten together, that came into South Africa and stole our land, stole our birthright, stole our land, and took the vast majority of a natural producing land for themselves and left us the rest, and relegated us to townships like we're in prison camps. These people are waking up, and since the spirit of Nelson and Winnie Mandela is in the hearts and minds of the people, they feel they're doing what is right by taking the land back, Brother Rich. And because Donald Trump is caught up into, like you said, porn star drama, FBI FBI investigating and probing the Russian investigation, drama, Omarosa, drama with secret tapes and all this other kind of drama, penis envy drama. Yeah, he should be worried about it. But after you done call these shithole countries in Africa and Haiti, you done call these countries shithole countries. Shithole countries where white people are there taking over the natural resources in these shithole countries. They shouldn't want to get out quick enough if these countries were shithole countries. Am I right or wrong?
Indeed.
Trump should allow these people to come in. But you know, if they come into America, they're going to cause a whole bunch of different kind of chaos in America. Because now you're dealing with a different immigration problem with white South Africans coming in. You're talking about Boers. You're talking about Afrikaners coming in with a whole different kind of racial mindset. After the United Nations have determined that the United Nations have determined that apartheid was illegal, it was racist, and it was inhumane. And that was their ruling on the apartheid government. So when this brother's stepping up, he said it in the spirit of Winnie Mandela. He's stepping up and he's forcing his economic freedom fighters to take to the front lines and lead the charge for getting their land back.
Indeed, I'm looking at something and it's saying how the inequality of land distribution in South Africa is rooted in the 1913 Natives Land Act that reserved almost 93% of the land for the white minority. This act legalized the historical dispossession of the African population. The 1936 Native Trust and Land Act slightly decreased that share to 87%, but the vast inequality in land ownership persists today, man. So, wow, man, this is like, I mean, oh, man, if you don't study history, Griff, it's like, man, a person would just think that, you know, you're just an angry man. But
exactly. But when you know history and you see what's going on today, and here in America, we try to wake our people up to say, look at what's going on. This is a direct line and link to the land grab that they're doing right now with gentrification and what they have done over the last 100 years with taking land from black farmers in the South. It's the same thing, Brother Rich. They've actually took land, these 40 acres and a mule that they promised us. They actually went back and taken the land from black people and offering them pennies. And then they actually taken the land, offering them pennies, and turned the land that they've taken from the black farmers in the South. And now you have companies like Monsanto's that manipulate, own, and control them so they can plant their Terminator seeds.
Mm-hmm. You know, Monsanto just lost the court case, man.
$98 million worth, bro.
Yeah.
$298 million worth, and there's 800 lawsuits coming after that one.
800 more?
800 more, bro.
Wow.
800 more lawsuits Monsanto's got on their desk.
Man. So I mean, Griff, with everything going on, with Monsanto, with South Africa, real, waking up to what's going on with the land, to the browning of America. What do you see happening from Trump? I mean, they're saying Trump and Giuliani saying, man, if he gets impeached, the people going to rebel. What do you see? What do you see happening about, let's say, 10 years from now, a decade from now, Professor Griff? I mean, are we going toward where we want to be? Or is it going to, what do you see in the outcome of all this happening right now?
Well, let me say this at the risk of sounding like a college professor. If we don't take into account, and you know me, Brother Rich, I don't vote. But for those that do and see that that's the way out, if we don't alert people as to what's going to happen in the midterm elections, and let me just explain that to people because I don't want to sound like a stiff, stale college professor. Midterm elections simply means this, brothers and sisters. 2 years in, we've been dealing with Donald Trump. The midterm elections is going to determine who's going to take over the House. All right? And then it gives people an idea on whether or not this character is going to serve 4 more years. So the midterm elections, to keep our eye on it, is very, very important. All right? And shout out to all those brothers and sisters that stood in that long line to bid our sister, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, farewell so she can make it back home to her ancestral place. But anyway, this midterm election is very critical simply because it's going to determine a few things. If the Democrats take over the House, that means that they're going to begin impeachment proceedings. If he gets impeached, those groups that he was in favor of, tiki torch carrying dudes and the alt-right and the rest of them, they're going to kick up dust in America. And the dust is going to be really aimed at those white people, Democrats, that got Trump impeached. But you're going to be the cannon fodder. You're going to be the one that's going to fight on both sides, almost like the Civil War. So you better be mindful, and like Brother Rich is telling you, study history. Don't get caught up into that white-on-white crime with them people. All right? Stay clear of it. And you need to understand to be on the right side of history. And I think I can't say that any more plainer than that, Brother Rich. For a person who studies, I got to take into account what's going on the political landscape in America and get people to understand what's about to come down the pike in November. So we have to be mindful. Tune into alternative news. Tune into blog talk shows. Tune into YouTube channels like this one, so we can get the real news as what's going on. During as we head towards November, Brother Rich, you might need to step these shows up and do a couple of times a day, man, because it's going to be critical. Someone needs to report this to black people firsthand. Right. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other white people around the country, around the world, are looking at this thing in South Africa like, damn, that could happen here. Because we've taken land from black people in Brazil. We've taken land from black people in other parts of the country. It's not white genocide, Brother Rich. If you truly look up the definition of what genocide is, black people, we don't even have that on our mind. Not in South Africa or Detroit or any place else in America or throughout the world. We don't have the same thing in mind that you have in mind. All right? We're taking our land back, and we will lease it or we will rent it back to you. You understand what I'm saying? You can't own it. You can't pass it down in the family. It's a lease. So when you start talking about gentrification, it's like, wow. He said you're committing genocide on black people in America every single day as we speak right now.
Yeah.
Very intelligent brother, man. This Julius Malema. And you know they fear him. But he even said it in a few interviews. He says there's two things that we're not going to fear, but this is their methodology. They're either going to kill us or they're going to starve us to death and make us poor. He said both of which we have endured through the apartheid government. So we know how to handle both. He says we are not afraid. If they move on the economic freedom fighters of South Africa, it's going to activate other freedom fighters across the globe, and they may have a bigger problem than they think they're going to have. Plain and simple.
Wow.
Now I'm running the risk sounding like a black identity extremist.
No, not even. Not even.
Thank you.
Not
so
even.
we need to be on the right side of history, Brother Rich, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man. Does seeing what's happening, talking about Trump, Trump has inspired. I think the ratings for CNN and Fox and all these channels have gone through the roof since Trump has been in office. So many people are more political savvy than they ever have been because Trump is in office, and so many people are more interested. They just want to know what's going on. And I think more people in the next election is going to vote than they have ever voted before. I want to ask you, Griff. Now, you say you don't vote. Do you feel like you're not being a part of history by not voting? Do you feel like if there was ever a time to vote, that the next election will be the time to vote, Professor Griff?
All of our freedom fighters in America and all of our bold black revolutionaries in America and spoke out against voting. We left that up to those people like the Booker T. Washingtons of the world and the Jesse Jacksons and the rest of these people that truly, really believe in this system. I don't believe the system in America, this democratic system under the Republicans or the Democrats. I don't believe this system works. Democracy doesn't work, not for white people. It's definitely not going to work for black people in America. We are not going to get free by a vote. You understand what I'm saying? But those of us that truly feel that that methodology and that solution, as a solution for black people in America will work for black people, I applaud them. Go do your thing. You work on those people on that end, and we'll work on the system on this end. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I truly believe that's what needs to happen. Pressure from above and pressure from beneath. That's what needs to happen. And everybody else in between. When I say everybody else in between, that element that needs to be out on the street protesting, they need to make it happen also. The brothers and sisters that want to vote, they need to make it happen also. Even the Uncle Toms are getting sat down. You understand what I'm saying? We shutting them down. Younger people are shutting them down. Young people are becoming more and more politicized, and they're becoming younger and younger and younger. Every time we get a platform, we're speaking out now. Even when a Randy Moss has to step up and wear a shirt with 13 names on his tie, rather. For brothers and sisters that's been shot down by the police, he's making a statement. Even when Colin Kaepernick still wants to kneel and other brothers are following his lead, they're making a statement. You understand? So every chance we get, we making a statement. I ain't never seen Serena Williams' hair this daggone nappy since she made her comeback. I'm like, damn. People making bold statements nowadays. And we need to understand it may not be the statement I may make or you may make, Brother Rich, but nonetheless, it's a statement. Nonetheless, it's a statement. And some of us are still caught up in the BS in America, trying to worry about why Nicki Minaj's album is not number one. No, that's a distraction. And we're not going to fall for the distractions, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's a side issue, man.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel, what do you think makes, you know how people say there's somebody behind or the presidents are just puppets? Do you feel as though, you know, we talked about all the drama Trump is in, and, you know, we've talked before about, you know, politics being, you know, it's all a game and everything. Do you feel as though there's somebody telling Trump to do this, Griff, the way he's behaving, the way he's acting? Or do you think he's just a rogue? This is just a rogue dude who's single-handedly, you know, not taking orders from anybody?
I think President Donald Trump, a.k.a. 46 minus 1, I think he broke script. I think he's a rogue. I think even the people that gave him the game plan don't even trust this dude with what the game plan is. I think he's one of them quarterbacks, so to speak, man, that just came in and just went rogue, and no one's even paying this dude any real attention. You understand what I'm saying? Especially his handlers.
Yeah.
I think he's playing a very weird kind of chess game. I really know and understand that he's not a chess player. I really believe he doesn't know history, so he doesn't know what moves to make. Not in North Korea, definitely not in South Korea. He doesn't know what to do with China. He really thinks this porn star thing, Stormy Daniels, is going to go away. He thinks Robert Mueller, with his FBI probe of the Russia investigation, is going to go away. As you see right now, people are constantly going to jail behind it. Manafort and the rest of them. I really think that he really thinks Omarosa doesn't have secret tapes of him saying the N-word, him calling us niggas is a side issue. I think she got some more damaging information. Now they're trying to bring his son up on and son-in-law up on charges. It's not going to stop. These people are not going to stop. Once they activated him and made him and selected him to be the president, and he went rogue and didn't carry out the script and follow the script, now they got to get rid of him, and they're going to take down everyone around him until he buckles.
Wow. I seen somebody in the comment section. T Killer wrote Trump isn't getting impeached. Do you feel like he's not getting impeached, Professor Griff? Because I mean,
Well,
goddamn, if it like that, there's a meme going around. If Bill Clinton got impeached just for getting a blowjob, I mean, shit, Trump should have been impeached with all the things he got going on. He's
right.
running a damn. He's
Right.
go ahead, go ahead.
Let me say directly to that gentleman, we have to start thinking chess instead of checkers, good brother, and let that gentleman know this is not a personal attack against him. I'm just saying to that brother, if he doesn't get impeached, what chess move is that on the chessboard? And then what move is the Democrats going to make if he doesn't get impeached? What plans are they planning to carry out? Why do they need him in office to carry out the greater and bigger and larger agenda? That's the only reason why he wouldn't get impeached. And you have to understand something, man. The way he handled the death of McCain,
Yeah, he's
speaks
cold-blooded.
volumes. He's cold-blooded, man.
He's
It speaks
cold-blooded.
volumes. He shows and proves that he's not a military man. White people in America honor their killers. This is why they have such thing called the Memorial Day, which they stole from black people. So I'm saying to that gentleman that made that particular statement, if he does it, what's the next 3 chess moves that we need to look out for then, good brother? That's the question I'm asking him. And then you don't think the other people around the country, like Julius Malema of the Economic Freedom Fighters in South Africa, is watching the moves? So if President Trump gets impeached, who's the next one who's going to be the interim president? Certainly not. We don't even know who the goddamn vice president is. Use my language. Pence? When's the last time you heard from Pence? Pence don't want nothing to do with President Trump. Pence can't run a goddamn shit farm, much less the country. You understand what I'm saying? So absolutely not. If that brother is correct by saying Donald Trump will not be impeached, we need to figure out the next 3 chess moves. What's the next 3 moves on the chessboard, on the grand chessboard, not only in America, but throughout the world? Because the next president coming in, the interim president has to take over if President Trump is impeached, has to worry about North Korea, has a big China issue, trade issue, right? President Trump got to worry about going to court for Stormy Daniels, the Russia investigation, and he got to worry about a goddamn secret phone competition being released for Omarosa every goddamn week. Every time she get an itch in her tight ass girdle. You understand what I'm saying? They got to worry about these things, man. And then is that going to distract the interim president? So we have to understand. We have to keep that into consideration.
You know the way when you look at the world and you see you know how the darker you are, and everywhere in the world, it's like the more you're oppressed, and you just begin to think like, damn, this is everywhere. This is in America. This is here. This is Brazil. This is Australia. This is Canada. Everywhere you go, it's the darker you are, there's a different level of oppression for you than a lot people who are of lighter skin. So it's like the way white supremacy just took over the globe, Professor Griff. It's something like wow, it's damn near divine. I don't know if divine is the right word. I'm trying to think of the word I want to use, but it's so big how white supremacy just dominates the globe. Do you think that now is the time for the awakening of the people to dominate the globe in that same way? The same way white supremacy took over, now is the same way the awakening of the people is going to take over, not just America, but the entire globe, Professor Griff?
Absolutely not, Brother Rich. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, in her definition of racism, white supremacy, explained this to us. It's a local and global power system and dynamic, maintained instruction by people that call themselves and consider themselves white. But it's how they did it, Brother Rich. We cannot circumnavigate the globe and go every place and kill white people and take the land.
Okay.
We can't rape and rob. That's not in us to do, Brother Rich. We have to rule like the Native Americans ruled when Christopher Columbus found them in America. And how he wrote about them was they are very humble people, very beautiful people, smiling all the time, and we are very giving people. And we give till it hurts, Brother Rich. That's who and what we are as a people. And we need to understand that particular dynamic, man.
Mm-hmm.
We need to understand that dynamic of who and what we are and get to know ourselves very, 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 very clearly, man. And inside and out. So even if we did move white people off the land, we're not killing them.
Right.
We're offering them land back, and we're going to rent it and lease it to them. This is what the brother said.
Right. Right.
So what they did was to whip white people up across the globe. They say it's going to be white genocide. Them two words don't even fit in the same goddamn sentence. White genocide. It's like, wow, for real? You actually saying this? When has there ever been a time in history where black people kill white people wholesale?
Never. I can't. That's not our nature.
As Cat Williams said, not never. Never. And that's just real, Brother Rich. So no, we don't plan on committing genocide. We're just getting an age-old question of the land. And as I've said on this show many times, land is the basics to economic freedom. And the economic freedom fighters understand that. Who was the brother with the campaign to get back the land in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street?
Jay Morrison, right?
Jay Morrison, right.
Yeah,
The brother has the right thing in mind. Black Dot was right. It's a 100 monkey theory.
Mm-hmm.
There's people around the globe, way in South Africa, thinking the same thing Jay Morrison is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's time, Brother Rich.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. We need to get back the land that's rightfully ours. So now when the Native Americans rise up in America and tell white people, look, this was our land, we'll lease it back to you, oh, they're going to have a hell of an issue, man. Can you imagine if Native Americans and black people rose up here in America? Kind of interesting, huh?
Wow, man. Let's take, since we're live this time, let's take a couple of questions from the people in the chat room. So I want to give y'all an opportunity to ask a couple of questions. I know it's again a little late. I appreciate we got about 600 people in the chat room. Let me know if you got some questions for Professor Griff while we're still on the line. All right.
I think it's a beautiful thing that you're doing this interview this way, because we can get interaction from the people, and it may spawn a deeper dialogue.
Yeah.
It may spawn a different kind of dialogue.
Indeed.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you're getting it directly from the people, because this is truly not about you and I.
Uh-huh.
This is about the people. Am I right or wrong?
Indeed. Indeed.
So, yeah, we need to definitely deal with it, whatever they say. What's negative, positive, whatever, because you never know what you're going to get.
Man. Yeah, so give us some questions. Somebody wrote, was McCain racist? A lot of people are big McCain fans. What do you think personally about John McCain, Professor Griff?
Well, I don't like to give my opinion. As I said from the beginning, since we started this years ago, Brother Rich, I don't give my opinion. What I can take that's factual from what I'm hearing from John McCain. When you're talking about military people, and I see them and hear them all the time. You'll see somebody coming through with uniform. Thanks for serving. We really appreciate you. Thanks for serving your country. Do they really mean your country? Or do they truly mean thanks for upholding racism, white supremacy by going to kill other people around the country so white people can remain free in America? McCain was a killer. You understand what I'm saying? So to say, act as he racist, oh man, that's a misnomer. Come on, man. Yeah. You mean to tell me America doesn't train killers to go take the land of other people? McCain is not part of the solution. McCain is part of black people's problem.
Mm-hmm. You heard it from Professor.
So just because McCain met his ultimate end and they lowering him into the ground, burying him, giving him a military wedding, that don't make him less of a devil than the rest of them, Schwarzkopf and the rest of them characters. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Somebody, some Smooth wrote in the comment section, Griff, who do you see fitting as president? Even though we don't believe in this broken system, it is about the people. Peace and love. Who do
Say
you
that
see?
one more time, good brother. Say that one more time.
Who do you see fitting as president? Even though we don't believe in this broken system, is there anybody out there that regardless of how you feel about politics and not voting, that you feel as though will make a good president?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. I have to humble myself and just kind of and answer the question very forthright. You understand what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
question was asking me, who do I see as president? Putting politics aside, who do I see out there that's befitting, that can hold that particular office? If I looked on the political landscape, both on the Republican side and the Democratic side, there is absolutely no one that I could see that could sit as president and be fair to the human family, to be fair, and I hate to use this terminology, to be fair to the quote unquote diversity and the melting pot of people that believe that this system can actually work, putting politics aside and putting my personal stuff aside. All right? If America was ran right, could America work? No, not under the system of racism, white supremacy. If there was a person that we could put in the White House that would be just and fair to everybody in America and deal equally, there's no person I can honestly see on the horizon, on the political horizon right now, on the Republican side or the Democratic side. There's no one there. Most of these characters have been bought and sold a few times. Most of them, by the time they, on the local level, by the time they start dealing on the Capitol Hill with the big wigs, they already corrupted, man.
Mm-hmm.
They already corrupted.
Okay. Let's take another question from the comment section. Once again, if you have a question for Professor Griff, please leave it. I'm not taking live calls tonight, so just leave the question in the comment section, and I'll get to a few of the questions here. Lies Exposed wants to know, Professor Griff, is voting setting black people back? I understand you don't vote, Professor Griff, but is voting as a whole setting black people back?
Well, Brother Rich, as you know, I'm transparent, man. And if the people ask the questions in the way they do, I have to answer and be honest and be truthful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, voting is holding black people back because we still believe in the process. That process will actually work for us. We believe it'll work on a local level, and we believe it'll work once those same individuals get in and around the White House. No, Brother Rich, voting is not going to bring any kind of peace or any kind of racial or racist closure or racism closure to black people and what we've experienced in America and what we're experiencing today. If the vote works, how come we haven't seen glimpses of it on a local level or on the higher level? If black people have voted for Donald Trump to say that he's going to get in office and force black people to do what we should be doing for ourselves, where's the proof of that? There were some Negroes, some well-to-do religious three-piece suit wearing Brooks Brothers wearing Negroes that met with Donald Trump in the White House, licking Donald Trump's butt crack, and had the nerve to get on national television and say, we are looking at one of the most pro-black president we've ever had. Prove that. What is he said and done that's even pro-black? It is this kind of thing this kind of thing and this kind of voting process and this kind of thinking and spirit that produce these kind of Negroes that we should round their asses up and tar and feather their asses.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's that kind of thinking that sets black people back. And them the same Negroes that will tell us to go out and vote for somebody that mean us no good.
I seen somebody wrote a little earlier. I'm looking for the exact comment, but somebody said we need a woman president. Do you think things would be different if we had a woman president, Professor Griff?
I can honestly say that individual is probably more on it than a lot of us. if a woman was president, we would probably bring back the feminine energy to balance this thing out. Because what we're seeing right now is a culmination of warmongers. You see how they rallied around John McCain. They forgot all about Aretha Franklin.
Right.
That's a side issue now. They're worried about how you're going to bury McCain because John McCain is a warmonger. You understand what I'm saying? And these people have been waging war since they've been on the planet. So we have to understand this particular dynamic. Will they force a woman once she gets in office to tote the line, to follow the script? That's going to be a challenge, man, for any woman up in that space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Brother Rich.
Will America collapse in 2020, Professor Griff? That's
America is collapsing as we speak. If y'all are waiting for what's the big blockbuster movie where they saw America collapsing and falling apart and getting destroyed? That ain't gonna happen. Right. Independence Day or one of them other blockbuster movies starring Will Smith or Jamie Foxx. No, that ain't gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? America's falling apart as we know it. China owns the bridges and the roads in America. Arabia owns the ports. America's been divided up and for sale. America's eroding as we speak. So it's already falling apart. You ain't got to wait to 2020. It's been falling apart. Mm-hmm. Elijah Muhammad wrote a book, The Destruction of America. The Fall of America. It's been falling apart.
Alex Marsh Adams wants to know, what about an independent party, Professor Griff, since you don't mess with the Democrats, as you call them, and the Republicans?
An independent party would work, but it would take the vast majority of people that are unhinged by their loyalty to racism, white supremacy. When I say their loyalty to it, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing said most black people are not trying to fight against racism, white supremacy. They're trying to find a comfortable place in it. When they get their hooks in the independent leaders from the independent party and start making them side deals and them underhanded deals and all that kind of stuff, will they corrupt them to not speak for the independent party, but tote the line, and the line that they're tote will actually be a disguised version of what the Republicans might say. Mm-hmm. That's all, Brother Rich. And I'm just being very transparent.
Indeed, of course. Queen KW wants to know, when we start leasing land, will we require a percentage of land and reparations from Native Americans too?
Yes, if the same thing that's going on in South Africa starts happening in America, when you start talking about Native Americans, sister, you're actually talking about black people. Now, if you start talking about those black people, as our Morris Science brothers teach us, if you're talking about those black people that came up under that amendment and that 3/5 clause, of course, we got to make a separate deal with them other black people that are considered Native Americans, like myself, from the Blackfoot tribe. And I wouldn't mind sitting down at the table to negotiate land rights, because it's ours anyway. We the same people. So you people, and I'm saying you people sounding like one of the white racists, you people need to stop dividing black people up. We're the same people, plain and simple. But if I go back to my heritage and through my lineage of who I am as a Blackfoot Native American, and if I got to meet with the brothers and sisters that came over here on the ships, of course we can sit down and start negotiating some of the land rights, plain and simple. Now, are there going to be some good white people that's going to sit down at the table to negotiate with us? Are they going to bring that same devilishment? They probably will. Mm-hmm. But we have to be intelligent enough and courageous enough to stand up to these people, plain and simple.
Lionheart wants to know about investing in Africa, and he also wants to know what are your views on the African Union that was proposed by Haile Selassie and Gaddafi?
Answer the question, first part of that question. That's a general question. I can't really, what Africa's huge. Like, what part of Africa? What? Yeah, I really can't answer that question. Haile Selassie put something on the table that I think Elijah Muhammad, I think Winnie Mandela, I think a lot of the brothers and sisters, Kwame Nkrumah, Kwame Ture, and a lot of the other brothers have incorporated that into their program and their teaching. And we haven't forgot about that, because when we speak for the vast majority of us locally and globally. So just to single his program out, we have to link that program up with all the other programs. What about Steve Biko? What about Winnie Mandela? What about the program that Gaddafi laid out? So, of course, we're going to take all those things into consideration. Of course. And at the risk of sounding like I'm running for office and shit, like I'm somebody's leader, I'm just saying to you, this is the kind of local and global thinking that we have to have, brothers and sisters, for real.
Indeed.
Just like I said, if we was to unite and come together and start reporting the news, it depends on what YouTube channel people choose. Am I going to say, don't go listen to Tariq Nasheed's channel? No, I would never say that. But I said, don't go listen to Black Dot's channel, or don't go listen to this one or that one or whoever else. I'm like, no, go get it wherever you got to go get it. Because as we know, they shutting YouTube channels down like left and right. And the slick thing that they're doing, Brother Rich, just to let the people know, if they don't shut it down, they have a way to rearrange those algorithms to steer the people away from your channel.
Yeah, they can. They can hide your channel. It's real.
Exactly.
Talk. They know.
Right.
They have a thing where they can hide your channel.
Right. Facts. Facts.
Crazy.
Well, right.
Wow. Okay. Let's get a few more questions from the family. Give me some good questions. I'm gonna take a few more for the professor here tonight. I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. Okay, yeah, you know what? I was Kenny 111150 mentioned Trump talking about the Space Force. Now, I think I've heard several people mention this to me. He wants a space army. I don't know if I heard of an army in space, brother. Like, damn, what do you have any info on that, Professor Griff? A damn space army?
To be honest with you, Brother Rich, I was studying that when I was in over the weekend, and he's putting it in a coded language, but it's something that they already have, Brother Rich. What do they think these satellites and whatnot are doing up there? Just to give us cell phone service? What the fuck? Come on, man. We have to stop that simple-mindedness, man. What do they think these satellites are up there for? It's for NORAD and the rest of these people, man, to do what they do. They need, let me tell you something, man. These multi-billion-dollar space labs and satellites are not up there just to give us, so AT&T and T-Mobile can give us fucking cell phone service. They're there to help direct the ultimate war in the sky that Elijah Muhammad predicted that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what Elijah Muhammad actually said, what that brother asked, and what Trump is saying is exactly what Elijah Muhammad already said what was going to happen. The battle in the sky. Go read Fall of America, man. Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Our Savior has arrived. He talked about the battle in the sky, and that's what's going to happen on a metaphysical level, meaning the battle in the sky, meaning your higher chakra, or the battle that's going to happen in your mind, to take over your mind and control and manipulate your mind, or the battle in the physical sky, which I think both is going to happen. That's my take on it, Brother Rich.
Okay. What somebody wants to know, I don't know if this might be a little off topic, but they want to know, is the black church dead, Professor Griff?
That's a beautiful question, though. Very timely. Because the Negroes just met with Donald Trump.
With Trump, yeah.
The prosperity preachers are now jockeying for position to have their final resting place in racism, white supremacy. So the black church that your mother and my mother grew up in, Brother Rich, your grandmother and my grandmother came up in, is dead. That's gone, man. That's gone. Aretha Franklin's dad, C.L. Franklin, how he used to preach, that's gone, man. That's gone, man. The black church is dead. We might as well. Yeah, that's gone. I'm sorry.
Right. Wow.
To answer that question very directly, yeah, hell yeah, it's gone. Dead.
Pay Rabbit wants to know: will we have to be threatened with extinction in order to rise up?
Well, we've already been threatened with that. What's the Alpha 21 told you that? They're committing genocide. The whole history of the Native Americans has taught us that. So then what are we sitting around waiting for? For them to actually start marching us into the gas chambers? Like, what are we truly waiting on? I'm just not sure about that. And maybe it's me. They're already saying it. I mean, what, they got to put it in ebonics or put it in slang? Fucking write graffiti? On the what do they have to do? Have fucking Nicki Minaj and Beyonce sing about it? They're already saying it. They already started the process. There's this dude, Brother Rich, I don't know his name, and I should have got his name, but I was very disgusted at this brother because he is walking around the city filming our brothers and sisters tripping out on this new drug that hit the street.
What, K2?
I'm not sure what the drug is or the brother's name, and I don't even want to call him out, but it's not good, man. I'm glad that he's reporting the news, but it's really not good, man.
Right.
It's truly, really not good to see the way these brothers, this one brother tripped out off of the drugs, and this brother tripped out in front of his mom, man. And it was so, and for us to not stop all the damn YouTube channels and stop everybody report this to our people, to stop smoking this stuff and sniffing this stuff and drinking this stuff. Come on, man. It's like a national emergency, man. You understand what I'm saying? And to see the way the brothers and sisters are tripping out over this drug is critical. Knowing daggone well that Trump and none of these people are going to offer up any assistance, man. They're not going to allocate billions of dollars and send us to clinics. No, they're going to incarcerate us and start putting us in concentration camps. No one understands that, man. For real. But the handwriting is on the wall, Brother Rich. It's up to those of us that can actually read it, man.
Got somebody who's appears to be pretty angry. Nancy X-Tay says, why do y'all talk? Oh, man, you guys gotta, your grammar sometimes. Why do so many talk about us coming from Africa all the time? We were always effing here in the Americas and didn't come here on slave ships. I know my family didn't. Another history lie.
I think whoever's putting that information out there is incorrect. For the sake of time, I could run down 10 scholars, 20 books, and some information that they could read. I think they're reading information coming from white people. Of course, some of us are already here, but we can't negate the fact that a large majority of us were brought over here in the holds of ships. So them same kind of people, whoever she is, they get mad if you say one ship came over. God forbid if we ran down the history because they kept logs. You understand what I'm saying? So we understand that we were here, and we understand that we were there, and they brought us over here. We understand that even when they came over here, they took some of us back. We understand the history. Why are you so goddamn angry? Is the problem, is the question we need to be asking. You angry at history? You weren't that goddamn angry when you were sitting up in white people's classroom. You weren't that damn angry when they were lying to you. Why are you angry because they brought us over here on ships? Why are you angry that we discovered that we were already here? Wow, what's that? What's to get mad about? I don't understand. What are you getting mad about? Can you help me answer that question, Brother Rich? What the fuck are you angry about? That's nothing to get angry about. That's something to celebrate and say, okay, now that we got it, we don't need to do 400 was brought over and 300 were already here, 600 were brought. That's insignificant to us. We were already here, and yes, we were already brought over here. We are the same people. So I don't even understand what the argument is. That doesn't deserve a whole fucking hour. That don't deserve a YouTube channel. For you to keep regurgitating the same thing over. So what are you trying to say? So I don't even understand where the anger is coming from. You don't be angry at history. You angry at the destruction of the black civilization by Chancellor Williams? Shit. Lerone Bennett before the Mayflower? They came before Columbus, Ivan Van Sertima? You angry at these people for what? I don't get it.
I got I'm gonna take one more question from the chat room. This question is from Nofret Satra. And this individual wants to know, Griff, what do you think about the black on black crime in Chicago?
What do I think about black on black crime in Chicago? I think black on black crime in Chicago, Detroit, LA, New York, and all across America is spawned by white on black crime.
Well, I think they're particularly talking about, we hear these numbers. 70 people got shot over the weekend. 80 people got shot over the weekend. And it's like the numbers are like crazy. So people are like, what the hell is going on in Chicago? Some people are saying the police are doing it. So I guess that's why they're pinpointing Chicago.
I think, to be honest with you, that individual that said that is absolutely 1,000% correct. It's off the meat rack in Chicago. We need to understand, Brother Rich, America is violent. This is the history of America. America's always been violent. America's established herself on violence. What do we think is supposed to happen when they miseducate black people, criminalize the music, niggerize the music, put drugs on the street, guns on the street, open goddamn trailers and sneakers on the goddamn street, and everything else that they're putting on the street? What do they expect in the inner city? They've created this issue. And I think they created it by design. Do I know and understand, hearing it directly from brothers that's in the Wild 100s in Chicago, that police are killing black people? Of course, I've heard it. And they told me this directly. So then is it really, really black on black crime at this point? Just to answer your question, brother, directly, no. It's blue on black crime. It's white on black crime. Are there white people running around with synthetic skin? This dermal skin that they're wearing, this synthetic skin, posing as black people, killing black people? Yeah, there is. Yes, there are. Let me say that politically correct, or get my grammar correct. Yes, there are. Yes, white people are dressing up as black people, killing black people. Right. Is there a degree of straight up black on black crime in America? Yeah, that's in every goddamn city. Plain and simple. But it's spawned because if we look at America, America is violent. Everywhere we go, I don't care if it's at Planet Fitness, I don't care if it's wherever, in the parks, at the clubs, at nightclubs, I don't care if it's mass shootings, at the video game play, at the Madden video game, whatever they were having in Jacksonville. America is violent, and America produces these violent individuals because these individuals are part of the violent collective, because America is violent. This is why America honors her killers. This is why America is so proud with her chest stuck out. America is proud. This is why America incarcerates so many people and builds up military might and is proud of that. This is why Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, brags about the military, talking about destroying bombs and blowing people off the map and destroying people. Threatened. Did you hear the way he was threatening North Korea? This dude is a global bully. And his wife got the nerve to have an organization to fight against bullying when she's married to the number one bully. So, yeah, when I look at black on black crime, I look at it through the lens of white on white crime. I look at it through the lens of what Dr. Francis Cress Welsing taught us would happen. what Amos Wilson taught us what happened in his book, Black on Black Violence and Servitude to White Domination. But good question. Good question.
Indeed.
I thank all the people that asked the question, even the sister that was angry as hell. We need to hear that.
Word up. I appreciate all the questions from the family. Thanks for the individuals who made a donation in the super chat. Denarius Morris, Vladimir, a tenor, and Smooth. Thanks for your donations. It's greatly appreciated. This is Brother Rich with Professor Griff. Griff, leave some info for the people, man. I know they're going to want to holler at you.
Okay, as always, people can call me directly at 678-557-2919. They probably going to have to text me, though, Brother Rich, because I'm right in the middle of working with these developers to develop this app. So when they shut Brother Rich's YouTube channel down, I say, Brother Rich, I got an app that people can still see you live on this app. You understand what I'm saying? So I got developers developing this app right now. I'm actually doing a book sale to raise money, Brother Rich, so I can continue to develop the app and finish this Oculus Inc. film that I have. So what I'm actually doing with the book drive through my website, www.professorgriff.me, I am trying to, within 60 days, Brother Rich, sell 500 of my books, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. That's going to be the people's donation. 500 books at the price that I'm going to set. I'm going to take that money and then turn around and buy the necessary equipment and work out of a studio that can actually get the film done. And I'm going to go back up to the DMV area and work with the developers to finish this app, where we can buy tickets to events, where we could go on the app and we could see Brother Rich live. Just in case what happened to Alex Jones happened to us, Brother Rich. They shut Minister Farrakhan down. They shut Willie D down for a minute. He back up.
Oh, Willie D's back up?
He's back up, yeah. They hiding channels and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? Their algorithms are redirecting channels to other people's channels. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So we develop our own app, which we control. They can shut down Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and the rest of that stuff, the social media outlets, and we'll still be up and running, man. So I need people to support the app. If they want to give a donation to any of these things, they can go to my website at www.professorgriff.me. Right across the front, they can donate. They can call me at 678-557-2919, or they can email me at seriousminds@gmail.com, and they can get all of this information, of course, on my YouTube channel at Serious Minds, man. As always, Brother Rich, I really appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you face to face in a minute on that very special day for your mate and your little one.
Indeed, man. I definitely look forward to you being there, my brother. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all sign up to the Patreon and support Brother Rich with independent media. I got a brand new 5-hour presentation from Arlene Bay. I'm getting ready to upload a new one from Brother Panic soon, so stay tuned for that. And besides that, I guess that's it for now, family. Thanks for tuning in. Brother Rich, like I said, Professor Griff, and we signing out, family. Peace.
Peace.
Let me just make sure I play my ads, family. I almost forgot. They're going to get me if I don't play it. All right. Oh, man, this thing acting up, family. Give me a second. Man. Trying to play these ads, family. I don't know what the problem is here. Well, played them in the beginning, and I guess for whatever reason, this program, it doesn't want to play it for whatever reason. So, yeah. I guess I'm going to just wrap it up, family. Let me see what y'all still in the chat room. Let me see what's going on. Okay, some of y'all still in there. Yeah, I see y'all still in there, man. All right, peace, y'all. I'm out of here.